Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Professor K.L. Krishna to share his experiences and talk about the legacy of DSC.
Honorable Vice Chancellor and academic heads of the departments of Delhi School of Economics, of course, Dr. Ram Singh and so on. I am extremely happy to meet so many of my old students here, and not only in economics but sociology, geography, even commerce, although it is not part of the Delhi School now. I would like to, of course it's a well-known fact, I joined the Delhi School of in 1958, and so it is, at that time, Dr. V.K.R. Rao was the Vice Chancellor, B.N. Ganguly was the Director of the Delhi School of Economics, K.N. Raj, who subsequently became Vice Chancellor, is a very prominent faculty member in 1958. Then I of course, I joined as a statistician because I was trained at the Indian Statistical Institute for 2 years by Professor C.R. Rao, I think, who passed away a couple of years ago at the age of 102. And I must say that I owe a lot to him, and I contributed an essay in the Journal of Quantitative Economics in collaboration with Professor Meenakshi. And although I have not much worked on agriculture, for that particular occasion, I joined with Meenakshi and produced a paper on agricultural productivity. I think that is the kind of my background. I taught here for 5 years, 1958 to 63. 63 I went to Chicago to do my PhD in productivity. I returned in 67 and continued until my retirement in 2000. And on the occasion of my retirement, in recognition of the little work I did in Delhi School in terms of teaching, thesis supervision, and so on, I think there is a huge conference, 3-day conference in my honor on industrialization, because that is the one area in which I took interest in my career. And I am very happy to see that one of my very good students, Nagesh Kumar, is here, because I should mention, because in the context of industrialization, there are so many people, I think, in different areas whom I taught, and subsequently they specialized in their own areas. I cannot mention, but I should also just mention the kind of colleagues I had in Delhi School of Economics. B.N. Ganguly I mentioned, he was the director. Then K.N. Raj, he joined Delhi School in 1953 and remained here till 1971. He was Vice Chancellor for a brief period before leaving Delhi School in 1971. Then the others I think I should mention, because I have, of course, so many acquaintances, friends, and so on. I should particularly mention V.K.R. Rao, because he was the founder of the school. I think he is responsible for the Vivekananda Hall. He was very fond of Vivekananda, and we used to have a very impressive portrait of Vivekananda. I think as a part of renovation, it was once removed. When I invited him for a Founders' Day function here, and he found that Vivekananda's portrait was missing. He was a man of very impulsive character. He really blew up. How could Vivekananda's statue or Vivekananda's be removed? Of course, we tried. Vivekananda's message is here, there, it's still there. So that is the kind of background. I think most of you, of course, heard of K.N. Raj. He was joined as Professor of Monetary Economics, start here till 1971. I had the honor of editing a volume in his honor when he turned 80 years old, along with another well-known economist, Vaidyanathan. Vaidyanathan passed away some 2 years ago. He is also an agricultural economist. Of course, all of us know Sukumar Chakravarti. Sukumar Chakravarti remained here till he's on the campus. He lived on the campus, although he was a member of the Economic Advisory Council, and he contributed a lot to the culture of the Delhi School of Economics. I think every day he used to go to the library after he returned from the Planning Commission, and he used to teach economic theory till his untimely death in 1970. And Delhi University was nice enough to allow his family to stay on the campus for a few more years. And Mrs. Lalita Chakravarti, who used to teach economics in Indraprastha College, he passed away some one year ago. That is the kind of background. I should also mention my senior econometrician, A.L. Nagar. He too joined in 1963, about the same time as Amartya Sen, Sukumar Chakravarti. Then, of course, other important teachers who should deserve mention is Dharma Kumar, economic historian, although she did not continue for a long time, but I think what her important contribution is to train economic historians like Om Prakash, J. Krishnamurti, and so on, so many of them. Another contribution of Dharma Kumar, along with Dilip Mukherjee, is to produce a volume of essays on the D School, what is called D School. It is a very valuable document as of 1990s. It gives a lot of information about how the Delhi School grew up and how different people contributed it. I think, but it was of 1995. Then recently, I wrote a lengthy article, The Saga of Delhi School of Economics. In 2017, it was founded. It was in honor of a former student of Delhi School of Economics. I must say, Oma Kapila, who used to teach in Miranda House. I think the colleges make a big contribution to teaching in economics in Delhi School. And Oma Kapila is an example of that kind of a dedication. I think today, she's bringing out the latest volume of Indian economy since independence. And she updates. She's very active. She's an active researcher in terms of improving the standards in economics. Of course, I should also mention my former student, Suresh Tendulkar. He joined in 1978. He did a lot of work for the government of India and passed away prematurely a few years ago. I think I probably missed mentioning another important student of mine who made significant contribution to Delhi School of Economics, V. Pandit. I think he passed away on July 26th, and we had a condolence meeting, but his contribution is very significant. I think people should know how the Delhi School really maintained its excellence in terms of the contributions of such teachers. I think I should also mention another econometrician of distinction, Ashok Lahiri. He happens to be here. So he was a student of Professor Nagar, and of course he is Chief Economic Advisor, Director of the Institute of National Institute of Public Finance and Policy. Now he is a member of Legislative Assembly in West Bengal. So he recently produced a book, I think, which was reviewed in EPW. There are so many students. I think Mahendra Dev is here. He was director of IGADR for about 15 years. Now he is the editor of the Indian Economic Review. I think, I must say, Economic and Political Weekly. I confuse between Indian Economic Review and Economic and Political Weekly. He is the editor of Economic and Political Weekly since July 1st. And he happened to be at the second batch of MPhil here in economics. Then he did his PhD and went to IGIDR. I think I can go on, and I am very happy that my former student, Dr. P.K. Mishra, is here. I think I must pay my special comment, tribute to him. And of course, I keep meeting him in the search committee meetings for the National Statistical Commission. We have really given a good galaxy of, including T.C. Anant. He was a chief statistician, and then his brother, who is also here, Ranganathan, he was the chairman of the Exim Bank. So I think I can go on. Probably I should not take more time except to say that the ex-faculty, right from the time of V.K. Rao, I think gave very good culture to the religious school of economics. And that kind of a culture, I think, has been maintained after the setting up of the Center for Development Economics. The Center for Development Economics was to the initiative of Kaushik Basu, who is probably coming here tomorrow. And he is an important architect of, in that sense, Delhi School of Economics. I must say that our students, many of them, they repaid their debts to Delhi School of Economics. And I am grateful to all of them. And Sudipta Mandal is here. He also joined in 1971, but he did not join my econometrics course. His batchmate, Goldner, he is very, very active and still, I regard him as, I tell him, you are now my teacher in the industry. So I feel very humble in his presence. Thank you very much.